Hey, all of you out there in Eorzea, welcome to She Heals. I tank your bi-weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. Today is Friday, January 15th, 2021. And this is episode 246 of the Shit Podcast. I'm your host, Vegan Pete, and always by my side, the wonderful, the lovely...
Hey guys, Avi Ale here. How you doing?
I am pretty good, Avi. Thank you for being here, as always. Did you have a good week?
As always.
You always have a good week?
No, you just always say
not.
as always. You for always being by my side, as always. As always. No, I have had a good week. I have.
Good. I hope you all have had a good week as well. Thank you to all the fine people out here joining us live.
We love you. You're very special.
Ooh, why'd you do that to me?
Just wanted to make you cringe.
Oh, it was immediate.
I just wanted to let people know we love them. They're very special.
Ooh.
I hope you had a good couple of weeks. Still feels weird doing the podcast every 2 weeks, but it feels good at the same time.
I like that we're not like scraping for stuff to talk about.
No, we were kind of still scraping this week.
But I mean, imagine if we'd have done it every week with this scraping we'd be doing right now. Like, I feel like we can definitely like, you can scrape and like kind of build and give opinions on, but like every other week. But when it's every week and you're like, we got nothing.
But we really appreciate everyone's continued support since the change. I think we have a fun show for you tonight. And I believe we got our audios worked out from last week. You heard that sound clip just then, which means we're able to take calls again. So if you want to talk about the MSQ, which we went over last week, feel free to hop in the On Deck channel in our Discord. I'll be monitoring that out of the corner of my eye.
Or if you just want to like call and complain about all the fishing you've been doing, or who knows?
Or you're really happy about all the fishing and crafting you've been doing, working your way up those Skybuilder rankings. You can do that. You want to talk about patch 5.41? You want to talk about Bozja? What is on your mind? Just join our Discord, hop in the On Deck channel, and then I'll bring you live on air to see what you have to say. So it's kind of free range tonight. Whatever you want to talk about.
Oh, you really were scraping the barrel.
What do you want to talk about tonight, Avi?
I had a really good dinner. I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
Great stuff, Avi.
I actually am going in blind into this outline.
Why should this week be any different?
No, it feels like since we've done the bi-weekly thing, I'm like extra blind, which I kind of think was glorious. So you don't like it, but I thought it was hilarious, and it seemed like chat really enjoyed it too. I really want it to become a segment where you write up something that's like really technical about crafting or gathering or something that I don't do, and then make me read it like I know what I'm talking about. I thought it was so funny. Like, I enjoyed doing that too. So yeah, Chili, you were being called out a little bit with that, hon. I'm sorry, James. You too.
As always, we like to shout out all of our amazing subs since the last show. We got Prince Razzler and Eorzea Photography, first time subs. One of those or both of those might have been gift subs. Father Fenway and Fuji Fudo for 2 months. Phoenix 0220 for 8 months. Nessa Laka for 9 months. Ghost Wolf Rage 10 months. Heavy Martillery hitting that 1 year mark. Jessa and Voxna7 hitting that 1.5 year mark at 18 months. Y'all are so amazing and generous. I'm always humbled by the fact that you choose to spend your hard-earned dollars on us or using your monthly Twitch Prime sub on us. So thank you so much.
We appreciate you very, very much.
And with that being said, let's kick off this episode with everyone's favorite segment,
Greenleaf Minute.
It's the Greenleaf Minute, and Avi, I wrote it up, so it's like I wrote up something technical for you.
Okay.
Except it's not very technical.
I mean, it might be. It's technical. That's the whole thing with the Greenleaf Minute. If you don't know, that's kind of technical. But if you already know, then you're like, well, duh, I already knew that.
Feel free to ad lib on this one.
Oh, wow. That's like the first time I think you've ever said that to me. So this week's Greenleaf is about the Echo. And no, not the echo that causes us to have a headache and go, suddenly I'm having flashbacks and see back in time. You may occasionally hear someone say that a piece of content now has the echo, and now you may see that in patch notes that we had in patch 5.41. So what does that mean? That means is when difficult content has been out for a while, the echo is then added to those fights. And the reason they do this is to make them a little more approachable for people. So they add the echo to extreme and savage level difficulties encounters once enough time has sort of passed. And, you know, they've given the people who want to beat it at like the highest difficulty the chance to do so. And so what the echo actually does is increase a player's maximum hit points or HP, damage dealt, and healing potency, which means the amount of healing put out by your healers. Sometimes they introduce it as like a flat percentage. So say it's 10%, no matter how many times you die, it's not going to change. And so you generally don't, when you go in, your first attempt on the fight, you generally don't have the echo. What happens is the echo usually kicks in after you've died once or multiple times, in fact, and then it'll start at 5%, and then you die again. It'll be 10%, and you die again, and then it'll be 15% because they're like, we believe in you. Here's a little bit.
And you usually have
help.
to get to like a certain spot. You can't just jump off the edge.
Oh, that'd be funny. Okay, I actually didn't know that. So if you've been like kind of not very confident and not really kind of, I don't know, you don't really feel like you have the ability to do these extreme primals or savage fights, especially the older ones. Once you have the echo added to them, then that might be a little bit of a push for you to give them a shot, and it'll be quite a bit easier, as well as the fact that now we've got better gear going in, so you'll be able to hit that maximum eye level along with the echo. So the fights become much more forgiving, and it's more fun that way because there's not, when you're going in to fight something, to do something just for fun, I know that like raiding is supposed to be fun too, but when you're going in and it's not about like trying to make sure you get your drops and everything, it's just fun, and everybody's usually a lot more relaxed about it.
Yeah, I don't really like mount farming the extreme primals until it's been echo, and I know we can do it consistently over and over again, and it's just more fun that way. You don't have to be on point 100% of the time with the echo. Now, like every so often, what used to one-shot you isn't gonna one-shot you. Not necessarily every mechanic that did that, but some. And you can just survive a little bit longer.
So Chili says that the savage content, once the echo is on the savage content, it's defaulted when you enter.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
what I said, that sometimes it's a flat percent. It's just going to be that
Well, no,
when
but
you get in.
it just, you said sometimes this is a particular content that
Yeah,
is...
savage is the flat, and extremes are the 5% at the time.
There you go.
At a time.
At a time. So it is kind of... When you're learning the savage fights at that point, it's almost like you're like, yeah, we got 15% echo now. We got this. I don't know. It just kind of gives you like, we got a little bit of help.
And then sometimes you get a little too cocky and
Yep.
don't do a mechanic, and then you're like, oh, it still killed me.
Yeah. Wah, wah. How is that not a sound effect?
What's a wah wah effect?
That's like the sound, like the wah, wah, like sucks to be you. How do you not know that sound effect? That is like a freaking classic, like, Looney Tunes sound effect. My God.
Don't have it, Avi. Copyrighted by the Looney Tunes.
You're the worst.
No, it isn't copyrighted by the Looney Tunes. It's the tweet of the week.
Joy.
It is the tweet of the week. And this week, the tweet of the week goes out to all you amazing people in our community that were tweeting and discussing the attack on the U.S. Capitol that happened on January 6th. And I know this is a gaming podcast.
Topic appropriate, yeah.
But sometimes things happen that can't be ignored, and the storming of the U.S. Capitol by what I think should be considered terrorists is one of those things. Those people were not fighting for civil rights. They weren't protesting a pipeline through their land. They were committing seditious acts in the name of conspiracy theories pushed by a fascist wannabe dictator. And those same conspiracy theories were pushed by senators and House representatives. Those people should never be elected to office again. They should never be on a fucking homeowners association for all I care. So I urge you all to see if your representatives or senators voted not to confirm the electoral votes of the election. People spreading these conspiracy theories are the most dangerous thing in America right now. So thank you to everyone condemning the attack on the Capitol, speaking out against elected officials that spread those conspiracy theories. It was so nice to see the people in our community talking about this, and it's not something to ignore. You have to call that shit out. And another thing, fuck yeah, Georgia, good job on those runoff elections. We have a few people here from Georgia that were working hard to make that happen. And a lot can happen in 2 weeks. What can I say? That's what most of our Twitter was for the past 2 weeks. Georgia and the Capitol.
I mean, it was kind of most of the country, I think, for the past 2 weeks. So it's, and now it's, it's Inauguration Day coming. It'll be interesting to see how everything is on our next podcast, I guess, because in 5 days is the inauguration. And so but the next podcast isn't for, 14. So,
Some things just, I don't know. You can't just ignore them. This is one of those things. But let's get on to it. That was my little thing. Thank you all who went out there, tweeted about it, talked about it. We need to start spreading truth. No more conspiracy theories. Not even the ones about Chuck E. Cheese reusing pizza.
A couple people are actually saying vegan Pete for president. Should I make that a t-shirt available? I can do that.
One of my resolutions has been to read more, and I'm reading Barack Obama's book, The Promised Land, or A Promised Land. And I don't think I want to be president.
Oh, really? All right.
But let's get on with it. Now it's time for news and notes from around the realm. We got patch 5.41.
Whoa.
Well, maybe you're going to be happy about this, Avi. New Ishgardian Restoration story quests have been added. Once all reconstruction works included in patch 5.41 have been completed, speak with Ogbert in the Firmament to unlock these quests. The first quest is called Not by Bread Alone, and that will be picked up by Francel. You will have had to complete the quest May Featherfall Flourish to be able to do this quest. And there's also going to be Ishgardian Restoration side quests, which will become available after you finish all the Ishgardian Restoration story quests. Got that, Ami?
Do the main quest, then do the side quest.
But it's not like our typical MSQ. It's like the Ishgardian Restoration MSQ.
I actually didn't even... So I've been Ishgardian Restorationing, and I did not realize that there was story quests I had to do. So I will do those when I think about it.
They don't actually give any hints to these side story quests.
What do you mean, like you have no idea where they are?
Well, it's going to be in the Firmament, most likely. But yeah, they don't tell you where it is. They don't tell you the name of the first quest or who you're picking it up from.
All you have to do is open your map and see the exclamation points.
Yeah, but we don't know yet because it's not going to be unlocked until after we finish this part of the restoration.
Oh, I see. That's housing.
So, yeah, I'm going to say this could have something to do with housing.
You think? You are such a smart man, sir.
At least one person thinks it, even though that was very sarcastic.
What? Me?
Speaking of housing, Avi, new furnishings have been added, along with new orchestrion rolls.
Woo!
The new furnishings are a stuffed Kate Sith, Spring a Meadow partition, Ishgardian stove, extra stuffed carbuncle, and carbuncle house slippers.
Okay, the only one of those that I need to go look at is the Spring Meadow partition, because that sounds right up my alley. The inside of my house, you walk in and it's like flowers, plants. So is the outside. So yes, please.
Isn't an extra stuffed carbuncle just like a fat carbuncle?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Like we could have had a fat cat and a fat carbuncle.
But extra stuffed is more appropriate sounding.
Okay. I saw the carbuncle house slippers. I think they look pretty cute.
I mean, they look just like so we have the Moogle slippers that you can wear, character can wear, and then they sit in the house. And so this is literally just like that. They're taking an item that you can wear and then making it so they sit in the house.
I think they look cute.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just, that's not a me thing. So I'm like, okay, cool.
And for the music collectors out there, the new orchestrion rolls are named New Foundations, Faith in Her Fury, Hearthward.
I feel like I want Faith in Her Fury to be like my title. Please.
Hearthward and Painted Skies. And as Avi alluded to in the Greenleaf Minute, If you haven't completed Eden's Verse Savage yet, you might be convinced to try it out now that a 10% echo has been added.
Oh, yeah.
And chat had mentioned expert recipes earlier. If I'm going to teach you all how to do, or write up for Avi how to do expert recipes, actually know that there's like 2 new statuses added to expert recipes, but I haven't done a single expert recipe since this patch has dropped, so I will not be able to teach you right at the moment.
You've got 2 weeks, Bubba. 2 weeks to figure that out. And then, yeah, and Chili taught me how to fish. And actually, Pete, I don't think I could actually explain it to anybody, but you could literally write up how to fish, like how mooching works and how, like, literally, this is shit I don't do. And I could, like, I just think I thought that was so funny. I had fun reading that. Like, I actually did enjoy
I think you should write up a guide on fishing, and then we'll critique it.
No, I don't want to do that. No, it was funnier when it was like, I sounded like an expert when I really had no clue what I was saying.
And there were also some rewards added as well, but I think we'll talk about that a little bit later when we discuss...
Speaking of Chili teaching me how to fish in Diadem, I did not do that for very long. I fished for like maybe an hour. Because I just got 80, so I was 70. By the way, you guys, I went from level 77 to level 80 in Diadem in half an hour. Not joking, and not having a clue what I was doing. I just found an area with level 60 fish. Boom, got to level 80 in half an hour. And then another day I fished at 80 with Chili giving me some macros, and then he was streaming and kind of walking me through it. And now I am level 100, or rank 100 of the Skybuilder rankings for fishing on Gilgamesh. So seriously, if I can do that, because I was not trying to do that, you can do that.
So yeah, if you want one of the titles, the Beatus or Beta title, pretty easy to get. You just got to beat Avi. She's number 100 right now.
Oh, I'm so getting knocked off.
And yes, the Skybuilder rankings are live right now. And I looked at blacksmithing for our server, because that's what I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12 right now is only at 27,500 points.
It just started, though.
Started 3 days ago.
Oh, was it way, way higher than that last time?
Yes. I ended up needing like 460 some thousand. So if you're to extrapolate like what it's at now, like 200,000 gets it for you. Half the amount of time I needed before.
I've heard people kind of mention in Discord that it seems like less people are doing it this time.
You would think it would be more because it's the last chance.
Maybe, but I think like enough people bitched last time that everyone else is like, hell no.
Maybe I had an effect on people by saying how horrible it was, and I would never do it again.
It was all you, Bubba.
It was.
It was all you.
Everyone was like, "Oh, I'm so proud! I got the whatever title, Saint title." I'm like, no, it's bullshit. I've had that shit on since I got it. Not one person has said anything about it.
Yeah, no.
Garbage title.
I told you not to do it, grumpy puss. My whole thing is, I am proud that I was on the top 100 rankings, and it'll go away, but you can't take that away from me. I did it. I made the top 100. May only be for a day, but that is my day, and I'm
But you're
awesome.
there after 3 days of it, so you just...
I'm still there?
You just do... that was today.
Oh.
You just do that every few days. You might get a title, Avi.
I don't it's not a good title.
You can make a little bit of money. So maybe you're going to make a little bit of money fishing.
Well, okay, do you want to... I feel like I'm jumping ahead on this, but I was doing it for script because of the new coffers that were added.
All right, you want to talk about some of the new script items?
I feel like we're kind of like headed toward that. So, yeah, so I was doing it because I was like, oh, cool, the new script items are added. I really, really, really love the attention put into the crafter and gatherer gear, and I really, really hate that you can only wear it on your fisher or on your miner or on your, your botanist. I'm like, what's the other one? Because I know that's gatherers, but they all share the same gear, so that alone is 3 classes. And what's the crafters, like 9 classes?
Yeah, so there's actually a post from the forum that I brought for this that ties in, so I want to read that.
Oh, you're not gonna let me bitch about it. You're gonna let them bitch about it.
I'm gonna let you continue on their bitching and see what you agree or don't agree with. This was on the official forum posted by a Crowjack, titled, "Here we are again. More job-locked glams and 15 glam plates." It reads, so there are 11 new glam sets added in patch 5.41, one for each set of Disciple of Hand/Land job. Each glam can only be used on that job. Oh, but wait, I have one gear set for all crafters and one for all gatherers. I'll just use glam plates, yeah, that's no good. I'm already using them for other jobs. There should be a minimum of 30 available glam plates, in all caps, they wrote. That's at least one for each job. In my opinion, there should be 45 glam plates because that's the max number of saved gear sets you can have. Look at all these fancy new gear sets that most people won't be able to use.
I agree 150,000 bazillion million trillion gazillion %. I know that was out of order, but I don't care. It makes me so mad. So the whole, like, I guess I could have continued talking before you read this because my whole point was that I was earning this script because I wanted to be able to use that gear on other classes. And even if they locked it to only crafters, but they locked it to all crafters, so like the gem keeper set could be worn by all crafters, that's fine because at least I can have one really cool glamour for my crafters. Or, you know, and my freaking miner and my botanist have different chest pieces because I want to wear, because I don't have the glamour plates and I'm not willing to dedicate that to a goddamn gatherer. So instead, I dedicated the extra gil to buy a second chest piece so that I could have, like, the other pieces look the same, but the chest was different. And then now I just got my Fisher to 80 and I'm pissed off because I really love my Fisher glamour. And now, guess that's fucking gone because now I got that same gear for 3 jobs. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Why make really cool gear that you can only wear on one freaking job like that when you have to share it across so many classes?
Maybe you just need to make another character just for crafters and gatherers.
Fuck your face. No, it's dumb. It's really.
Think we
so
can all agree with this.
So once I found out that like those coffers are locked to each job, I stopped going into Diadem because it's like I don't really care if I have the crab mount personally. I don't really care. Like I might.
Crab mount's cool.
It's not really me. Like it's funny for you because it's just ridiculous. But like I like to use the mounts that I'm like it's funny and pretty or big and like. That's just a crab. Like, okay, can I boil it and eat it?
Savage.
I don't know.
What about the new emote, since we're on script items right now? What about the sweep emote?
The only time I enjoyed the sweep emote at all was when I saw Chili in the Chocobo stable at our FC house using it. Because I was like, that's right, you clean up after that Chocobo. I think it's just the wife in me there. But other than that, I don't need to sweep in game. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the sweep emote.
Yeah, don't need that.
I'm also not a big fan of these emotes, the eat apple and eat rice emote.
You know what I'm not even a bigger fan of? These new hairstyles that they add that Viera and Rothgar can't use.
What I do want, but I haven't even seen where to get it yet, so maybe chat can tell me if they know where to get it. Where do you get the Triceratops minion? Do you know, Avi?
I don't actually.
Because that's one damn cute minion, and I really want it. What kind of crazy shit am I gonna have to do? Kupo tickets. Okay, I don't mind doing Kupo tickets. Once I have a little more free time, I'll gather the items and do a little bit of crafting. Make myself some Kupo tickets. Thank you for that. I don't know. We're all over the place now, Avi.
We scrolled like twice. It's not that hard right there.
Were there any more
I'm grumpy
script items you were interested in?
No, that's why I'm mad. That's why I'm mad, because I was genuinely excited. I was genuinely excited about those coffers because I really love that gear. And it's just
Oh, now you're gonna have to pick your favorite ones and just...
No, you can't, because then you switch to a different job and you look like a fucking jackass.
Yeah, you know, pick 3. You can only be 3 specialists and make those your favorite.
No, because then I need 3 separate sets of gear or 3 glamour plates dedicated to them.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. No. That's stupid. There's not enough glamour plates for that to be the thing. Like, no. There should be one per job if they're going to do that. Otherwise, make all, especially if it's glamour gear. That's like the freaking, the rat gear stuff that they made the God, what's it called? But it's like the version of it where any job can wear it. And you got it with the freaking restoration of Ishgard, which is...
Avi, you can't have a goldsmith wearing a blacksmith top.
But they literally you can be a healer wearing a tank top. But that's not what I meant. But you could be like wearing a striking top now. And for some reason, like they did that previously. So why didn't they do that now? And like, I just assumed that they did that now. And that's on me for assuming, but that's how they did it in the past. Why are they making these coffers that are then job specific? It makes no sense to me. None. Because I really like the way that gear, man, the Weaver gear is just so good. It's always so good. Ugh. Stupid.
Would the old glamour system like fix that? No, because you couldn't glamour stuff that was only for other jobs, right?
Well, not on the same set of gear. Yeah, Chili, thank you. Chili, let me know. Because I was like working for it. I was like,
oh man, what if you had got all those scripts and then you started buying them and then you realized
I've been so fucking mad. I mean, like because you can why get the coffer when you can seriously just turn in script and get the gear anyways, right? Like script's so much easier to get. Not script like yellow script and white script and all that's so much easier to get. Ugh. So mad. I'm so mad. I'm so disappointed, Square Enix. So disappointed in
So
you.
it sounds like you're gonna have to wait until patch 5.45 to really get some new content that you want to do.
They just need to fix that shit. The replica gear. That's what it is. Replica gear. It just should have been replica gear. I don't know why it's not. Oh, it's dyeable. That's it. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. Sorry. It should be replica gear that's dyeable. That's how it should be.
Get on those official forums, Avi.
To have a gear that's like, oh, cool, you can dye it now for one job that shares gear across 9 other jobs. No, that's so not cool.
I'm so glad I don't glamour. Problems you glamours have.
Like, the only effort you put into your clothes is like your funky t-shirts. We're going out someplace nice and you're like, can I wear shorts? No, fucker, you can't wear shorts. I'm over here in like sequins with like a diamond necklace.
Why did
and Pete's
my
like,
accent change?
I don't know, because that's how I felt. And you're like trying to wear shorts and a t-shirt. I was like, why am I always so much like more dressed than you? Always.
Hey, I dressed up for this podcast.
I wanted the Weaver one for all of my casters curry. That's exactly what I wanted. That's all I wanted. Like, just for my crafters. Like, it doesn't have to be for every job, but just lock it into crafters. Oh, I hope they like.
Hey man, you can't be woodworking in no fucking Weaver gear, man.
Bitch, watch me. What I will.
You're gonna
do
get
that.
splinters.
I will do that. And then you know what? I can wear the Weaver chest and put on your woodworking gloves. Okay, like I can make it work.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
You don't
You're
even
gonna get splinters in those boobies.
The Weaver outfit like goes. It's like she covered. She good.
It's really weird. One time there was a blacksmith gear with like your whole chest exposed.
I remember that one.
And I'm like, I'm not working around fucking molten metal.
That is what it feels like to play a female character in most of these games, especially like the old dragoon gear where it's like just her midriff was like she's wearing this hard armor and then her belly showing. You're like, that's kind of important area to protect. Yeah, he said booby splinters. That's where Pete's brain goes. I'm sorry.
I take care of them. All right. I guess we got a couple more pieces of news. A brand new downloadable mini album featuring songs from patch 5.4 Futures Rewritten is now available. Enjoy exciting songs from Eden's Promise, Castrum Marianum, and Matoya's Relit, even while on the go. Hear that, Avi? You can take your music on the go now.
Oh my god.
What a day we live in.
This is madness.
Tracks include Don't Be Afraid, Promises to Keep, The Extreme, Freshly Glazed Porksy, The Black Wolf Stalks Again.
Yeah, he does.
And yeah, these will be available on Amazon Music and iTunes for $4.95 for the album or 99 cents each.
So you don't even save any money getting them all.
No.
That's really funny. Just buy the ones you want.
I mean, the dollar is off.
It's 99 cents a song. Because I was going to say, oh, you save 5 cents if you get... No, they're 99 cents. So you save nothing if you buy the album. They should have at least made it like $4.50. That you saved...
Come on, it's only $5.
But no, but you save... Like, you encourage people to buy them all. I don't know.
And in what was supposed to be a 14-hour broadcast on February 6th is going to be pared down to just the live letter. due to a state of emergency in Japan declared because of COVID, they will just be having the live letter and there will be no audience in attendance like they were planning.
Oh, that is a bummer. Is that the same as the February 5th one for us? There's February 5th and 6th. Because there's a special announcement on February 5th.
I think that special announcement's still happening.
Okay.
I don't know. This was
Because
just
that in my mind, the special announcement is like the Fan Fest. That is the February 5th event that you chili. I don't like that they're calling it a live letter. That like makes it sound like way less exciting.
Well, I mean,
call it a digital fan fest.
Less exciting.
Call it a digital fan fest. Just do it. Give me some hype. They call the fan fest a live letter too. Dang it, Chili. Why do you know all the things? Okay, fine.
It's like you works for Square Enix.
I mean, I've gone to the multiple fan fests and I'm still just like, but I feel like this one is different. I don't know. It'd be just, I don't know. I just need it to feel different because we don't get much this year. Please.
All right, I think that's it for the news.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for me?
That was loud.
Still working out the kinks of the new system.
Oh, what's new?
That.
It's a new adapter. That's the system. All right. So this question was originally in episode 199. And
that was like 48 episodes ago, 47 episodes ago.
47. You got that part right at least. This question was made by me, and you got it wrong. In the dungeon Aurum Vale, what is the name of the poisonous liquid found in the glowing pools with the golden mist? A. Gold bile. B. Aurum collar. C. Gold rancor. Or D. Auric venom.
I feel like it's bile.
Is that your final answer?
I got this one wrong?
I think you said Asians.
It's always Asians. Asians place the gold bile there. That was like the first thing that came to my mind. But maybe that's just like the status effect that came off. I don't know. I feel like since I got that so quickly in my head, I probably guessed that last time. So I'm probably going to make the same mistake again, but I'm going to go with bile.
You got it right.
Hell yeah. What did I say last time?
I don't keep that information.
God, Avi, you gotta start keeping track of that.
I keep track of which one you get right and wrong and what is the right answer, okay? Come on.
How did I get that one wrong?
I think you overthought it.
I was probably drunk.
Possibly. That does happen here.
Every so often.
Just, yeah, a bit.
All right. Nailed it. Hell yeah. Thank you, Howard. Savage rating, Abby. It's a thing, and we finally started doing it.
We're doing it, guys.
Doing it and doing it well. First time rating in the new year. We're a little bit behind because we took some time off so everyone could enjoy the holidays and the new year.
Yep.
But now we're back at it, baby. We're doing E9S. And I know I say this a lot about a lot of the fights, but this fight is very much a dance.
It is very much a dance. We started last week, and we do 2 hours 2 times a week. So we've done it 4 times.
4 times.
4 times. I feel like I'm talking about our sex life. We've done it 4 times, guys.
Ever. Yeah, you have to hit your marks. You have to know who your buddy is. Move quick enough so your buddy doesn't die. I think it's a really good first fight.
I still like we're still talking about our sex life.
I think it's a bit harder than the first floor of the last tier, Ramu. I also think it's done a really good job of expanding on the mechanics that were in normal.
Yeah.
They didn't add just like a bunch of random stuff. It's very much E9 normal on steroids.
It is. Chat's just making all the sex jokes now. The tile section, which is interestingly enough, so in E9 normal, I feel like it's stressful because you're usually with a pug and the tiles can, the timer can run out really fast. But the hard thing about the tiles in the Savage version is that rather than you being like stressed about getting off your tile, like that is there, but you're dependent upon someone else. It's kind of like a trust catch kind of thing, like trust fall, I guess is what it's called. And so you have to trust that your party member is going to move in time for you to move when you need to move, and you can get back. So the next, like, because it's very much trust.
Because unlike normal, if two people get on a tile, that tile's gone. At least one of you is going down.
Wait, was that normal reference or a Savage reference?
No, it's Savage.
Okay.
If two of you are on the tile, at least one of you is going down, if not both of you. The
tile disappears and you fall. The way you phrased it, Pete, I wasn't sure what you were saying. I apologize. Yeah, so it's I like that because it's very different. It's very frustrating. They called it like the group killer, like just because people get so frustrated with one another. Definitely requires communication and trust. And then the other element, like, it seems like a very overwhelming fight when you first started. Anybody who is just going to started or interested in doing so, but once the mechanics start to make sense, it's actually a really fun fight.
It's fun, and like I said, it's not like difficult. It doesn't seem like there's a DPS check per se at the end. I think our group has plenty of DPS. It's just stop dying.
Yeah.
So it's very much just hit your mark.
And a tip we actually, so one of our DPS was out sick this past Thursday, and we were having troubles getting past the tiles where we'd have people alive, but if they don't have full health up, then the phase shift will kill everyone but the tanks.
Or if a cloud got through.
Yeah, and so I just want to give this as a tip to anybody whose group might be struggling at that point, is just use your tank limit break. If you're not going to live through that phase. So just get in the habit of doing that so that you can progress and practice the next mechanics, so that when you do, eventually you'll get more comfortable and better at that, and then because you'll be able to get through it more often and you won't even need to use a tank limit break there. And I just thought that was such a great idea.
Something that we should have thought of on our own.
Really, yeah. It was the common sense thing, but it's okay. And it was just like, okay, we have the DPS, so we don't really need the limit break. We know we're fine there. What we need is practice. And by using the tank limit break as a crutch, it helped us get more practice, and that was pretty cool.
I think it was a bit of hubris and stubbornness that we didn't want to do something like that. You always want to save LB for the DPS, so you beat the fight a little bit faster.
Well, when you're learning it, it's almost like you save it for the healers.
Yeah,
too,
just in case.
Just in case, so they can bring everybody back. But this was one of those situations where it was like, you couldn't heal through that. Like, if not enough people were alive, then it was just the tanks. Like, or they weren't healed up. Like, yeah, so I don't know. Just a cool idea.
It's kind of a good tip in general, not necessarily just about the LB, but about mechanics in general. When you're just progging a fight and you're learning, mechanic by mechanic, it's always better to focus on the mechanic than focus on your DPS.
Yep.
Because you're no good when you die. And one person dying can affect the whole group. And
what are you talking about? I didn't wipe the entire group because I ran into the wrong tower. What?
I know it's something we all do, whether we're a healer, a DPS, or a tank. We always like to put out as much DPS as we can. But when you're just learning, slow down a minute, just focus on the mechanic. There's going to be plenty of time.
Because if you don't kill it, it doesn't matter how much DPS you did.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of time to focus on increasing your DPS.
Yeah.
And breaking your tethers. When one person's down, that becomes very hard because one of them gets put in the wrong place.
That's like any Savage, any extreme content. There might be moments within any of those fights where it's like okay for people to die, but like the big thing with a lot of these fights is that everyone has to be alive to split the damage, to split the mechanics, and if one person dies, it affects the group, which is why you need a dedicated raid group. You don't need people pug it, but in my opinion, for my level of patience, you need a raid group.
And I think once people get this fight down, it is going to be a pretty pretty easy to do in the party finder.
Easily?
Okay.
That was the word you didn't know?
Yeah, I wanted to put a B in there for some reason. Easily. Easily done in the party finder because it's very much know your spot, stand here, go there. There's not there's a little bit of randomness to it. You do have to pay attention between what side you need to stand on occasionally and know whether it's going to be stack with your buddy or clock positions.
This is one of those fights I do wish I could put 2 flags. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. I know what I won't do next time. Because I'm on the tiles, just for example. Sorry, I'm on the farthest southern tile. And so I have the flag on the mini map for where the southern tile is. But
yeah.
God, you didn't turn the audio off. Thank you for that follow. And so now that was to help me find south when I needed to get there. But now I'm actually good at finding south. What I get turned around it is in the later phase when you break the tethers and then you have to run to your tower. I think it would be smarter for me personally to put my flag in that corner now that I'm comfortable finding where my tile is. So
if you've ever like placed a flag when you're doing maps or something like that.
That's a Greenleaf Savage technique.
Yeah,
I guess.
you can do that while you're in content as well.
It's for like, and you're only the one who sees it unless you share it, and so you can help yourself find your spot for certain mechanics.
Yeah. That makes it onto the podcast. Thank you for that follow. Anything else to add about Savage? Are you enjoying it, Avi?
I am enjoying
this
it.
Is like you came in at...
Another tip that we kind of learned with Savage is, so I play Dancer in our Savage group, and for like the full Dancer opener, I do my dance and then we wait, and then Pete starts timer for like 15 seconds, and the other people do their things. When you're just learning the fight, don't do that long. Do a 5-second countdown. It does not, the DPS output does not really matter. So just do a 5-second countdown, make sure everybody's ready, and learn those mechanics. And then when you see Enrage, once you finally get to Enrage, then you start doing those long, full countdowns. So
everyone can do their full opener.
Because that's when your DPS is going to start to matter. And that's when you can start really using the potions, the pots and stuff, to make sure that you're putting out your full DPS healer output.
Yeah, because those 15 seconds add up every pull you're doing.
That's the point, was, every 4 pulls is a minute. So, yeah.
Maximize your time in there.
Especially, like, for us, it's 2 hours. We got 2 hours to do this. And, we can pull... I think Pete had a thing. We died like 38 times in one night. So if you're doing 38 deaths when we're learning to fight, 15 seconds.
I'm talented. I'll die more than one time in a fight.
Oh, okay. Well, but so 38 pulls and then 15 seconds each time. Like, that's a lot of time. Yep. So I don't know. Just be mindful of, what you can get done in what amount of time.
Yeah. So you came in at the end of our Savage static in the last tier. So this is actually your first time starting a Savage tier with us.
With it relatively new.
Yeah. So you enjoying it?
Yeah, I like our group.
Yeah.
So like last night we had a pug person. And we all it was so cute. Our entire group, I don't know about Pete, but everybody, like, we were all self-conscious because we were playing really bad. Like, we don't know what's going on. We were really bad.
Speak for yourself.
And I wasn't the only one. I could tell we all felt like really guilty, and we were like wasting this guy's time. We're like, we're so sorry. And then he's like, I'm having fun. You guys are like fun to hang out with. And then like towards the end, he's like, that's the furthest I've actually ever gotten. And so we just assumed he'd beat it and had joined our group for a quick clear. And so it just, I don't know. It was just kind of funny that everybody was like self-conscious of making sure that other people were enjoying the fight and having fun together. And yeah, so we ended up inviting that particular player to our crossworld link shell because we're like, hey, if we need to fill, would you like to? Because we had fun. So I think it's more about having fun than being like world firsts and being serious about it, because it is a game. And
if you're interested in Savage, I don't think the party finder is going to be that bad for 9. Watch a video first, especially if you're pugging it, and unless you start your own blind progression group. Don't go in blind to a normal learning party. That's usually not a great time.
Yeah, don't do that.
You'll just hinder your progress.
I know it's almost like it's a game, but it's an MMO, Ginger. It's they're not the same thing.
You do have to account for other people. Avi, next thing I had on my list was Chili teaches Avi to fish. Anything to add to what we've already talked about?
No, it was really sweet. I don't know. So Chili was streaming, and I finally got to 80, and I just was like, I didn't know how to mooch. I didn't even know really what mooching was, and I'm doing it, and he's like, gave me this macro, and I'm like, okay, hit this one, and then how long do I wait? And then why isn't it showing up? And he just was like, that's because it has to be a single exclamation point. Oh, that's because it wasn't high quality. See, if I wrote it, this is what it would sound like. So this is why you need to write it for me because I can't explain it. But he kind of just helped guide me through, and then I ended up catching what I get. He told me was one of like the Thalos, the art grade 4 artisanal Thalos, which is pretty cool because I guess that's like one of the like best fish you can get right now. So
get a lot of scripts for it.
Yeah, it's like 100 scripts just for that one fish.
Speaking of Chili, it looks like Chili has joined on the On Deck channel.
Time to vent about the fishing.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring in Chili, but he is also deafened. I don't know if I did that to him or Chili did that to himself. But Chili, if you're hearing us on the stream, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, undeafen yourself. Chili, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Okay, let me turn you up a little bit. How you doing, Chili?
Make sure you mute the stream because that's always annoying.
Yeah, I muted the stream. That's why I didn't know I was deafened for a second.
Nice.
All right, Chili, what did you have for us tonight? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk to anyone because I've been stuck in Diadem forever. Please help me.
So,
well, it's hard because you can't type when you're fishing either because you can't risk missing the like.
No.
Yeah.
Can't stop.
You can't stop. And so like when you were streaming, I would have to like just stop, wait, and then reply when I could, and then it's very constant.
A little tip on what I've been doing, because I've got my big TV that I play my game on.
Mhm.
I have a Chrome extension that puts video formats into picture-in-picture mode.
Okay.
So I have because I've got like a bottom right, if you ever watch my stream, that's empty all the time. That's because when I'm actually not streaming fishing, I picture-in-picture Netflix or YouTube or whatever in the bottom right of my corner so I can watch that while I'm fishing.
Smart. I have the PC set up with dual monitors and I'm doing that on the left monitor. That's like for your sanity right there, hon.
Yeah.
So you catching up with The Crown then, huh?
I've never watched The Crown, actually.
I'm just teasing.
British
Oh,
people
thank you,
lived it
Tim.
already.
No, if I'm right, it was recorded in my town. I think that was the one that was recorded here. We had one that was like that recorded in one of like the buildings in my town. I can't remember. I think it was The Crown.
So,
I
Chili,
don't know. They're all the same.
I know.
how many hours do you think you have fished so far since the start of patch 5.41?
50?
50 hours.
In 3 days?
3 days.
And then what rank are you right now?
5.
Holy fuck sack. I haven't
With
said that in a long time.
260,000 points, I think it is.
Holy shit, man. And I'm sorry. I hope you keep that rank. And if I lived closer to you, I would like drop off nourishment and stuff so you can keep going.
Oh no, I've been occasionally going out and getting food. And
I know, I'm
walking
just
about,
teasing
so I
you.
can't- But thank you. That would be lovely.
So, what's your impression of it so far, Chili? I know you did a little bit last time. Are you happy you've put this many hours into it?
I mean, I got to that point where I wish I hadn't, but I'm going to continue because I already have.
Yeah, but now you're too far in to quit. That's exactly the situation I found myself in. Because I'm stubborn.
Yes.
At least I've got this macro now that I told Avi about, which helps me so I don't have to do maths every time I fish.
Yeah.
So
I was wondering, Chili, so the countdown that Chili uses has like a countdown, or the macro has a countdown. Can other people see that, or is that just on my screen?
No, just you.
Huh,
Echo, basically /Echo does a chat where only you can see it.
I did not know that. That's really cool.
So
That'll
if you ever
be in
want to
Greenleaf at one
do
point.
a macro for anything, just do /Echo and the message will only be for you.
That's awesome. So you could talk shit on people when you're in like dungeons when they're pissing you off. Do /Echo. This is the worst tank ever. At least you can get it out without anybody reading it.
Avi doesn't even remember that the Greenleaf minute that I wrote up that she read was a fishing macro.
I read a fishing macro?
Yeah, the one that you read that I wrote up.
I do not remember that at all. Oh, that's funny. See, I'm so good. I made it entertaining instead of like sticking it in my brain.
So something that should be said for people that don't know, when you're fishing in Diadem and you catch all these fish and you turn them in, get them appraised, you desynth them, and fish can actually give all the items that people use for crafting.
Yep.
So that is one benefit of fishing. But Chili, how long has it taken you to desynth all the fish you've been catching?
One stack of fish took me 25 minutes.
Oh my god. Was it just a 99 or was it higher than 99?
High at 99.
Oh god.
I mean, right now I have 155 of one fish on me.
Okay. So are you like
And I
saving
had-
the ones that are like worth the most and you're just desynthing those to sell and then just I'll do the others later?
Well, no, everything's worth a decent amount of money.
Mm.
But yeah, I just desynth like. Well, I knew I was gonna like rest for a little bit, so I put on the biggest stack of random stuff I had.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I'd say about 10 to 15 minutes is about average for the desynth.
The reason I was asking is because the desynth time is time you're not fishing. So I was like, is it worth doing that now, or is it worth like just saying, putting it on your retainer and be like, I will just desynth it later and I'm going to just keep fishing. That's why.
Well, I've been trying to make some money to pay for like all the stuff I'm spending because I'm buying all the food I need. I've got all the repairs like every so often. Like,
but can't you make money with if you stopped giving it all away? That like buy the items with the scripts that sell the most.
yeah, I've already made like what 5 million from that.
Oh, I'm just saying like so like efficiency wise, if the rank was important, I think that's the. Oh, that's when Chili naps. You were decent and take a nap. Just click it. Go cook some food.
When I'm like, it's not napping, but when I like when I cook dinner, like have an hour to cook dinner, I set desynth going off and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
Could you imagine if they didn't have the auto desynth for a stack of things? You had to do it one by one.
Ooh.
I would just put them on retainer. I'd be like, nah, I'm done. Nah, I'm good. This is it. 25-minute naps every 3 hours or so.
And have you liked the new items that were added that you can buy with scripts? Has there been anything besides the tank top that you've been especially happy about?
I kind of like the crab because it's based off the Fantasy 11 model.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia. Though I don't like its creepy eyes, but I do like how tiny it is for Lalafels because it's even smaller than everyone else.
I don't like its creepy eyes.
That's creepy eyes.
I believe it. It's a freaking crab. They're terrifying. Like, I still wonder how hungry you had to be to like find a crab and be like, I bet we can eat that thing. Just hit it with a rock. Like, sorry.
It's really hard, but
delicious.
And pinchy, but let's put it in my belly.
Yeah. There's something edible in this moving rock with claws.
And do you think there's been anything in this patch that we haven't talked about that you think the people need to know?
No, I don't think so. It's been mostly Ishgard this patch.
Yeah.
So,
are you pretty confident that the quest they were hiding has something to do with housing?
Yeah.
But we're probably
There's
not.
Also music that comes from it as well.
Yeah, we're probably not expecting housing until 5.5.
5.
Yeah. All right, Chili, anything else to add? I think you were talking about a 20 or 24-hour stream you have coming up, maybe?
Yeah, I want to do like a really long stream next Thursday. It'll be about 20 hours probably. Where I'm just going to stream fishing the entire time. It all depends on how close I am to 12. You know.
Just to kind of keep you going, huh? Keep you motivated, having somebody to talk to.
Are you going to make a push for number 1?
No. I mean, if I'd done this macro fishing on day 1, I feel like I might have had a chance. Because I was like 2k points off number 1 slot on the first day. And then the second day, I didn't do as much. And then then people got like 100k on the second day. So if I'd started this how I'm doing right now, I think I could have reached number 1. But until who cares? Number 1 to number 12, it's the same title.
Exactly.
I'm really curious if they consider this a success or not, the restoration of Ishgard. I think the story part has been really good, but I don't think the Skybuilder rankings, in my opinion, are fun for people doing them.
Oh, they're not fun.
So I wonder what Square Enix thinks about it.
But do they care if they're fun for people to do them, or do they just care if people do them?
Then
Yeah.
that's what we'll find out, because it doesn't seem like people are doing them as much.
Yeah, it's lessened.
I do wish hadn't gone back on it, because I remember them talking about this in before it even came out, where they were talking about like a leaderboard, like crafters and gatherers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But originally the thing was like, the first place reward would be seasonal, but you wouldn't be able to win it again. I kind of wish they would have gone with that, because I know a couple of people that are just trying to get the title again, just so that other people can't get the title.
Oh, that's so not cool. And I agree with. I actually wish they did more stuff like that, because that is like, this game doesn't really have any status stuff anymore. It's just like occasional mounts. I feel like, but like that's such an MMO thing to see, like a really cool piece of gear.
Yeah, should be something better than a title as well.
Yeah, title's like the lamest thing. Like, I don't know, like a really, really cool mount that only one person, like only 9 people get, or whatever, have 12 people get for the classes. Like that would be really cool to be one of those 12 people. Like, yeah.
Well, no, if it was me, what I would do is and it'd be even easier than making a mount. This would be even easier than that, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'd have to design the mount.
Right.
Or
just reskin one that exists.
Yeah. Just have one of the like high level weapons, like high level tools, like the fishing rod. Or whatever.
That would be really cool.
Have it glow.
Yeah.
As like, but top 12 get like a unique glowing fishing whatever, or hammer or whatever.
Yeah. Just some. Yeah, that actually is even cooler, I guess, because you did it on a particular crafter gatherer, and so the job you won it on is like the shiniest, coolest looking freaking gigantic thing ever.
I'd rather have a mount. Like, if I was a fisher, I'd want like a giant fish that I caught as a mount.
But they're not going to do a different one for each. But like, Chili's idea is actually really simple, and it would be really cool. Even even if all people who made the 12 slots got that, that's still really cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The top 12 get like a shiny rod or whatever, or a shiny hammer.
You want a shiny rod.
Gotta polish that rod.
But I agree, Chili. I think the
Back
reward,
to my sex life.
the work to reward is not. It's not even. It's not enough.
Yeah.
All right, Chili. Well, good luck. And where can people watch the 24-hour fishing stream?
You want to go watch it, you can go find it over this amazing channel called She Heals Attack.
Well, we probably will be hosting
he did it
you.
Again. Moogle Go Round.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Moogle Go Round Radio. Chili just left, so he doesn't like plugging himself.
He should, though. He's so good at it. So I just gave him a little, I typed it in. Sorry, Pete, you'll hear my little text is on the podcast.
So let's move on from Diadem. Let's talk about the southern front of Bozia for a minute.
The what?
Southern front of Bozia.
The what?
Bozia?
No, I'm joking because who's gone in there recently?
People are going in, but they're not giving the clit enough attention, Avi. No one seems to be doing Castrum Lacus Litore anymore. You're all playing all around it, but it's just sitting right there at the top of the map being ignored.
Oh my god. It
even asks for your attention every hour and a half, but you're selfish and you don't show it any attention, and it's a problem.
There's a lot of sexual references tonight. I don't know why.
All joking aside, the Southern Front really just seems like a place for people to go level alts. And I get that. Part of it was to make up for the lack of a deep dungeon this expansion.
Yeah. So that's how they're using it like a deep dungeon.
Yeah. But
which is what I will do when I get all my jobs to 70.
Which is fine. I have no problem with that.
What? So you got a problem with some?
Yeah, I got a problem with them adding the coins to the encounters outside of Castrum.
But this is Square Enix. Final Fantasy XIV is all about making sure everyone is happy and everyone has an opportunity to get the things that everybody gets.
Everyone's not happy anymore. The people that need to do Castrum for the story can't get it done.
Oh.
And they need to do something. The last 2 times I went into Bozia, and I haven't gone in probably over a month because I'd stay in there for an hour because I do enjoy doing those fates, but I want to do Castrum when it pops. And the last 2 times I went in, I was in there for an hour, and no one joined the Castrum group. So we got like 13 people willing to join.
That sucks.
And I'm like, no,
I also don't want to do it, so
like,
I'm one of those people who wouldn't join.
everything is just fates, and I don't want to do that for.
So what do you think
20
would
hours.
fix this?
Well, they shouldn't have added the coins.
Okay, but they've already done that.
Okay, so to fix this, you can either add more coins to Castrum. You could up the rate of the upgrade piece dropping, because you need a lot of coins to buy those upgrade pieces.
I think that's probably the best option.
Yeah, like I got the leg drop in there one time, and that saved me having to get like 990 coins. So if you do that, I think people would do Castrum again. The other thing that they could do is, I don't know how hard technically this would be for them, but make it so it's something you can queue for.
Yeah, that was what I was initially thinking of. Was thinking of it like a MSQ roulette sort of thing. Yeah. But also just increasing the. I don't know. Well, so the thing is increasing the drop rate of the gear in there is a temporary fix, because once that gear is no longer like really viable, people won't really queue for that.
I think they will, because a lot of people like to do it on multiple jobs, get their relics on multiple jobs. So yes, eventually people would have them for every job, but I think that's way far down the line. But it's going to run into the same problem that Eureka has right now, where people just aren't doing Baldessian Arsenal. I know we're at the beginning of a new patch. But yeah, I wouldn't mind them making this thing you could queue for.
I agree. Hopefully they find, especially because there is story tied behind it, hopefully they find a way to fix this and to make it so that those coffers can be worn by all the different classes. That's a priority in my opinion.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Boja because it's something I've seen a lot from people who have been wanting to get that part of the story done, but haven't. And we're going to be getting more Relic in patch 5.45. So they want to get it done before that. I'm hoping that when 5.45 comes out, people are going to be like, oh shit, we need to get this done. Let's form up groups and go into Boja so we have as many people as possible
so
that can
Chili
go in
just
there.
said that you will be able to queue up for the next Boja event, but only the story mode version, because the Savage will not be queuable.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are fixing it.
That's the next part, not the Lacus Litore.
Such a bad name. All right.
All right. I had a thing about life and game balance, but maybe we'll save that for another time, because I had thought about that like 5 minutes before the podcast.
You were scared the podcast was going to be short, and then you're like, my wife talks a lot.
So let's get to the community roundup, partner. And wish we had Chidley still on for this, but our friends over at Moogle Go Round Radio have hit 500 followers on Twitch.
Woohoo!
And to celebrate, they are having a raffle for some Mogstash money, I guess. I'll link to their giveaway, and there will be 3 winners. First place will get $30 for the Final Fantasy XIV online store, and both second and third place will get $10 for the store. It's really easy to enter. Just follow them on Twitch and Twitter, and there's only 6 more days to enter. So that's 6 more days since Friday, what day is it? 15th. In case you're listening on the podcast that comes out on a Sunday, we record this on Friday. So if you're listening to this, there's 4 days or less for you to enter. And that's what I have for this week. Anything else to add, Avi?
I think I gave a lot of opinions tonight.
Listener reaction, like I kind of said in the tweet of the week, was all about what's been happening in America.
Yes. And so, yeah, because that's all.
And tank tops. A lot of tank tops.
So many tank tops. I actually really like the tank top. That is the one thing I do like. But Chili gave me that. So, like, yeah. I mean, I might even just, if I don't want the mounts, I might just spend the scripts that I've earned on the dies, because I really love the dies that they first introduced. So, yeah.
All right, Avi, take us out.
So on that note, that is going to be it for this episode. As always, we've enjoyed hanging out with all of you live here on Twitch. So thank you so much for spending your time with us. Be sure to hit that follow button so you'll know the next time we are going live. And a great big thank you to everyone listening to the podcast through iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and now on YouTube. Wherever you choose to listen, it would mean a whole shit ton to us if you gave our shit podcast a rating or a review. Or more importantly, just tell a friend to check us out. Here with Vegan Pete, I am Avi Ale, and we will talk to you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.